practice to review for that. It's difficult because these are tough. Like, there is nothing simple about these types of problems. It requires that you merge your understanding of a lot of different topics into one. So I can't emphasize enough. You have to practice as many problems as possible. I can't predict for you the problems you will encounter because I'm not sure how your brain works completely. Like, some people look at parentheses and understand them right away. Some people look at something like this 1 in parentheses and wonder what I really mean by that and how I interpret that. So there are going to be things that you come into contact with that you need to ask questions about to clarify them in your brain. And the only way to do that is to do more practice and ask more questions. So I'm going to do 5 practice with you, and then I'm going to suggest a few more. So I would like you to do these 3 right now. Pause the video, try to solve them, and then play the video again. If you don't try to solve them on your own, you're never going to learn. You have to try to solve them on your own. All right, cool. All right, looking at these, let's go through the answers, right? I'm going to show my work. Okay, equal sign there. Using PEMDAS, I can see that I should do my parentheses first. But, oh, I have 2 sets of parentheses. What do I do then? Well, it's up to you. You can do them one at a time, or you could do them in one step if you'd like. Just for clarity, I'll do them one at a time. So I'm not doing anything to the 3. Copy it down. Okay, so I'm going to do the 18 minus 12 here. What would that be? Okay, write that down. Subtract, and I'm just going to do that one step. You could do both in one, but I'm going to leave this as it is. Remember, you must copy the whole expression down. You can't write things down in parts. They are married to each other. Everything in this whole expression is married to each other. You can replace a part with its answer, but you still have to write the whole thing out. They love each other. They want to stay together forever. You may not split them up, okay? All right, next step here. I still have something to do in parentheses. So I'm going to copy the 3 times 6 down, and I'm going to go ahead and answer 5 minus 3. Well, 5 minus 3 is just 2. Do I need to put the number 2 in parentheses? No, I don't. I mean, if you did, it doesn't matter, right? But you don't need to put that in parentheses. If you left the parentheses there, that's fine. You just need to know that that doesn't mean anything. Now you're done with parentheses. You solved it. It's 2. Okay, so there's parentheses. Any exponents? No. All right, multiplication and division. Look carefully. There is multiplication. All right. Remember, the parentheses represents 3 times 6, so that'll be 18. There we go. Copy my second part down. Minus 2. All right, multiplication, division. I'm at addition or subtraction. So there we go. Get your final answer, 16. All right, cool. Number 2. This is one that confused a lot of people on our test out, that quiz, so I decided to use it again. Okay, so there is no parentheses. Okay, not really. This isn't parentheses, is it? This represents multiplication. The parentheses is already done. It's 1. Okay, cool. There's no exponents, so I'm at multiply and divide. Well, I see multiplication here, and I see division here. You can do these both at once or in separate steps. For clarity, I'm going to do separate steps. So 64, what is 5 times 1? Well, that's just 5. Cool. I'm done. Now just copy the rest down. Remember, they're married to each other. They love each other. You may never separate them. You have to write the whole thing out. Yes, every time. Cool. All right, step 2 then will be this division. It doesn't really matter which one you did first, because remember, you just copy the rest of the problem down, so it's not going to mess you up. All right, copying that down. Then what is 4 divided by 2? Well, that's just 2. Copy down the plus 5. Ta-da! Now I'm at addition and subtraction. Okay? I see some subtraction here. I see some addition here. What do I do first? Well, addition and subtraction are actually at the same level. So I work my way from left to right. So the farthest thing on the left is 64 minus 5. Okay? That'll give me 59. Copy down the rest. Plus 2, plus 5. Okay? I'm assuming now that you can do this, right? 59 plus 2 plus 5. So 59 plus 2, 61. 61 plus 5, 66. Fantastic. All right, let's try 3. 3. All right, so I have to think about PEMDAS again. Do I have any parentheses? Yes. Okay, parentheses. So I copy this down. None of this is in parentheses. Now, what's the answer to my parentheses? 3 times 6, 18. Do I need to put parentheses around the number 18? No, I don't. Now that I've solved this, the entire parentheses is solved. There's no reason to do that. It's not a negative number or anything. You can if you want. Doesn't make a difference, but I'm not going to. No exponents. Okay, is there any multiplication or division? Yes, right here. Okay, 18 minus 6. Now copy down the rest. Okay, lots of times, so often, students simplify it to here, and they accidentally do the subtraction first because it's in order. All right, so it's you're going to really check to see if there's any multiplication or division. Think about the advice you gave each other in class. Constantly think about PEMDAS. Each step, am I doing the next thing? Am I doing the next thing? Otherwise, you might get out of order. All right, now I'm left with addition and subtraction again. Again, those are at the same level. So working my way left to right, I take 18 minus 6 first. Gives me 12 plus 18. Now I can do 12 plus 18. Does it make a difference when you don't move left to right? In a lot of cases, yes, it does. You have to move left to right. Am I doing that right? Okay, left hand. Okay, left to right. Okay, cool. 10, 20, 30. Cool. All right, I hope this is starting to make some sense. All right, I got two more that are a little bit more challenging. Pause the video here and try to do numbers 3 and 4. All right, cool. I hope you tried to do these on your own. All right. I wanted to emphasize that it's important to understand that a fraction bar means division. All right. So this is what I see some students do, is they write this out like this. Okay. That's fine. You can write it out like that if you'd like, but you need to make sure not to forget the negative sign. It doesn't matter if the negative sign goes on the top or the bottom. You can just put it on one of them. And you need to put this all in brackets, the numerator in brackets and the denominator in brackets. Remember, we said a fraction bar represents a parentheses, a way of separating. So I find that to be a little bit more, oopsies, started this almost full, oh no. I find this to be a little bit more confusing, so I'm going to leave it as a fraction bar. Okay, the negative represents that, I'm closing that, sorry. Okay, the negative represents that either the numerator or the denominator is negative. It doesn't really matter which, remember, because a negative divided by a positive is a negative, and a positive divided by a negative is still a negative. So either way you want to do it. But we have to do the whole numerator first, so I'm going to do parentheses first, 7. Okay, cool. And I know this is bad. I'm forced to write this over here because I ran out of room. I know I should write my work going in downward fashion. Then I can take multiplication. Don't forget the negative sign. 2 times 7 is 14 over 7. Cool. Now I have negative 14 divided by 7 gives me 2, negative 2. Cool. All right, last one. All right, this is so PEMDAS. I have 2 sets of parentheses, okay? I'm just going to focus on this big, gigantic one. When I'm inside the parentheses, I actually need to think of PEMDAS from the beginning again. So I'm doing this parentheses, and within this parentheses, there's a parentheses. So that's what I'm going to do first, okay? So 3, bracket, 4 times 2 minus 8 is negative 6, plus 5, and yes, you copy down the whole thing. Cool. Let's do it again. Now within my parentheses, I'm going to, or bracket, however you'd like to term it, I'm going to just solve this mentally. I'm not going to do another step. So I'm going to take 4 times 6, 6, 12, 24, negative 24, plus 5, negative 19. Copy it all down. Okay, I'm assuming you can take it from here, but we want to do the next bracket, so 3 times negative 19. All right, negative 5 plus 2. It's really important that you do the parentheses first because the exponent is on the outside of the parentheses. So this would be a negative 3. Cool. All right, so now I've done my parentheses finally, lots of steps. I'm at exponents. There is an exponent. So if I take negative 3 squared, that equals negative 3 times negative 3. I know that a negative times a negative is a positive, so an interesting result of this is that this is a positive 9. Cool, copy down the rest. All right, fantastic. Now I'm on to multiplication and division. 3 times negative 19. So that would be, let's see, 20, 40. That would be negative 57, I think. Wait, 9, 18, 27. Okay, cool. Negative 57 minus 5 plus 9. Cool. And now I'm add to addition and subtraction, move left to right. Okay, I need to change this to an addition problem though, because I'm not allowed to subtract in Miss Wenzel's class. So I'm just changing that to an addition problem by keep, change. And then I get negative 57 plus another negative 5. That would give me negative 63 plus 9. Okay, so my final answer, so this is a largely negative number, and this is a positive, so I'm going to actually subtract these two. So this would be 54, negative 54. Cool, hope that makes sense. Awesome. There's more practice on the OLP, so give it a go.